Let me tell you a story. Lila was a young seamstress living alone in a quiet town. One day, she bought a beautiful, expensive silk fabric from an old textile shop run by a strange, silent man. She planned to sew a dress for an upcoming event, but from the first night she brought the fabric home, something felt off. She kept hearing faint noises at night, the soft rustling of fabric, like whispers brushing against the walls. At first, she thought it was her imagination or the wind outside, but as days passed, the sounds grew louder and more persistent. The silk seemed to move slightly, even when no breeze was present. She noticed small scratches on her arms, like something had been clawing her while she slept. Lila tried to cut the fabric to throw it away, but every time she tried, her scissors snapped unexpectedly. The shop owner refused to take it back when she called him, and when she went to confront him in person, the shop was empty, as if abandoned for years. Lila began to see shadows lurking in her room, always near the fabric. She found herself waking up tangled in the silk, unable to remember how she got there. One morning, her neighbor found her apartment door unlocked. Inside, Lila was gone. The only sign she left behind was the half-finished dress and a single thread of silk snagged on the doorknob. Emma inherited an old sewing box from her grandmother. Inside was a silk thread, gleaming oddly under the light. Curious, she decided to use it for a simple repair on her favorite jacket. That night, Emma woke to the feeling of something tight around her wrist. She looked down. The silk thread had wrapped itself around her arm as if alive. Panicked, she tried to pull it off, but the thread only tightened, cutting into her skin. More of her clothes started showing strange stitches she hadn't made with the same silk thread. When she tried to burn the spool, it wouldn't catch fire. Instead, it seemed to multiply. Neighbors began noticing Emma's pale, tired face and the faint sound of whispering every time she entered a room. When she vanished without a trace, the only clue left behind was the sewing box, with the silk thread tangled into a perfect noose. Asterisk James bought a vintage silk scarf from a street market. The seller smiled oddly and said, "It's got a history." At first, the scarf was just a stylish accessory, but soon, James started getting strange headaches when wearing it. At night, he dreamed of a woman trapped behind a silk veil, her eyes pleading for help. The headaches worsened, and James noticed strange bruises appearing on his neck, as if something invisible was strangling him. He tried to throw the scarf away, but it always reappeared on his coat hook. James confronted the seller again, but the market stall was gone, vanished without a trace. That night, James disappeared, leaving only the silk scarf behind, draped over a chair, gently swaying as if caught in an unfelt breeze.